Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. So glad to see so many people in. Rebecca, Joe, Michelle, Jana, Earth Angel, hello. Yes, so I'm very excited about this new moon in Taurus, when the moon is exalted and when the ruler of the moon, which is Venus, is also exalted in Pisces. So I just want to remind everybody that we're going to be setting intentions. So if you have some paper, some nice writing paper handy, because we'll be hanging on to that. And I'm using all this year the note cards I got from Cerise. So this one I chose because of the Taurus feeling of the rock, and then in the background the water, being that would be the opposite energy in Scorpio. So this is why I chose this particular note card, and I will be writing my intentions on this note card. And we also, if you have a candle and a lighter, that is perfect. We won't be burning anything, just the candle. Some people are not able to do that. Don't worry. We symbolically can take care of that for you if you don't have those things available. I believe Cerie's in a hospital and they confiscated your candle. So I think they have their eye on her anyway. She's like a fishbowl, and I think they keep an eye on her. Also, if you have things that you want to utilize, and this is what I'm also doing, because being the person that's walking you through this, I wanted to also utilize all the elements as much as I can. So I do have a crystal, and this is actually a piece of jade, and very Hecate-ish from my point of view. So this is what I'm going to be using and hanging on to as I'm writing my my intentions out. And also I have something for sound that we can start with when we start the ceremony. And I also, as a symbol of being healthy with the South Node in Virgo, this is a Venus thing, a copper thing, and water for basically, considering what our health is and taking care of ourselves. So to me, that's very much a part of what this energy should be in Taurus going forward. So that is what I wanted to remind everybody, that really all you really need is a pen and something to write on that's pretty, or just a plain piece of paper is fine, and you can keep it underneath a crystal because you'll be hanging on to it. The other thing is, just kind of let you know what the order of things are. We are going to have Cerise shortly give us a clearing. Marsha will be going over the astrology. Nat has a meditation for Hecate. And then I'll be going through the new moon ritual with you. And Wendy will be drawing cards for the collective at the end. So that's what our energy looks like right now. And with that, I will go ahead and turn it over to Cerise for our clearing.
All right. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. We're very honored to have you. And these rituals just feel so powerful, but yet so relaxing. So I'm here just to clear the energy real quickly. So I would ask everyone to get comfortable in your seat, wherever you are. Hopefully you're in a quiet space. And I'm going to ask everyone to close their eyes and take a nice, deep, cleansing breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Again, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And as you continue to take a few nice, deep cleansing breaths, relax into your chair or wherever you are. And we're going to imagine that we are on top of this beautiful mountain. And we are sitting with our legs crossed, really getting grounded with Mother Earth. There's a gentle breeze blowing. We can feel the wind in our face, the sun on our face. It is so quiet. The only thing that you can hear is the rush of the wind. And as you continue to relax your body, Be present in your body and connect with Mother Gaia. With this new moon in Taurus, it gives us this wonderful opportunity to honor Mother Gaia and our connection to her. And imagine that we have this beautiful white light coming down from the heavens that gently meets the top of our crown and slowly swirls in this beautiful white, magnificent light all the way through our chakras, the crown, the third eye, the throat, the heart, solar plexus, sacral, root. And this beautiful beam of energy continues down, way into Mother Earth, and anchors our energy. We connect with her beauty, her grace, her loving energy, her nurturing energy. Feel that groundedness anchor you. And that light comes back up to meet our feet. And it goes all the way back through our body, through all the chakras, and up to the crown, connecting us up with the heavens once again, as above, so below. And that beautiful white light comes around each of us in a cone of protective light. Archangel Michael is here to protect this space and let all the information, this ritual, be for our highest and greatest good, and that our energy is safe and protected and pure and very grounded with Mother Gaia today. Take one last deep breath in, please. Big exhale out. And we are ready to go. Over to Miss Marcia. Thank you.
Oh, Suri, I love those so much. Thank you so much. But let's dive in. Dawn, thank you for giving me this opportunity. I'm going to go over just some of the astrological themes that are going to kind of be playing out and really are embedded into this new moon astrology for today. Dawn usually does the heavy lifting on that, but she's tossed it over to me this time, and I'm very, very grateful. So as you've heard us mention, this is the Taurus new moon. It is apexing today at about 3:31 this afternoon Eastern time. So we will be right in the thick of that energy. And while new moons are always about beginnings, this one feels very pivotal. And that's really because it is a true moment of standing at a crossroads between the old life and a new life. But this is not something to fear, because what's holding us steady is this magnificent Taurus energy, the loving energy of Mother Earth, Gaia herself. She is reminding us to root into our values and honor our body. Trust the slow unfolding of growth. The skies leading up to this moment, the days and months that follow, y'all, they are really stirring up something much deeper. So in this new moon, it's not just about setting intentions. It is about honoring the soul-led, sacred choices that will define the next chapter of your life. When you wake up tomorrow, I promise you, it is a brand new world. Taurus is also about things that last. It's about our values and our resources, our self-worth, along with the physical experience of simply being alive. So as you begin to think about the intentions you want to set during this new moon ceremony, ask yourself these questions. What are the self-affirming values I need to embody now? What resources do I need to feel nourished, safe, and free? What self-worth image must I adopt to live the truest, most treasured version of myself? Okay. And because this is a Taurus new moon, Taurus is ruled by Venus, and we need to check in with what Venus is doing. As many of you know, I just mentioned, she does rule over Taurus. but she has been transiting in an exalted Pisces position. She rules earthy grounded principles, but she also governs love, money, and harmony. Right now, as I mentioned, transiting in Pisces, she's been making some positive aspects with North Node and Neptune, but as sassy as Venus is, she has been dancing a little two-step in a personal conjunction with Saturn, producing some tension. So Saturn, yes, the karmic teacher, the ruler of time, and the one who rules over commitments. So this has likely been some heavy energy. And I interpret this as the cosmos really asking us, are you ready to truly commit to your heart's desires? Not dream about it, not flirt with the idea, but root into those desires, root them into reality and build them. When Venus meets Saturn, love gets serious, commitments get tested, and values get crystallized, okay? So make no mistake, the energy of the Venus-Saturn conjunction is absolutely baked into this new moon. The decisions we make now, they have long-term consequences. We are closing final chapters on long-standing karmic cycles around love, self-worth, servitude, and abundance. It's very sobering, but it's also incredibly empowering. This is not a new moon for frivolous intentions. I've already mentioned that. It's about tough love and fierce compassion for yourself first, choosing what and who you are willing to devote yourself to. So here are a couple other questions you might want to ask yourself. What are you ready to stand up for? What thing of beauty are you willing to build slowly and tenderly for you? Okay, and if that were not enough, Mars in Leo is standing kind of in this very dramatic opposition with Pluto and Aquarius, and this is more tense and dynamic, even explosive energy. Moon in Leo, it's bold. It wants what it wants. It wants passion, action. It's very prideful. Pluto in Aquarius, who's preparing to go retrograde. So it's Pluto's energy is really amplified right now. It deals with power, top-down structured power. It also deals with deep transformation and collective karmic cycles. Pluto's energy is really pulling us collectively into a bigger story of transformation here, and it's breaking down all the overburdened and outdated systems. Sometimes it's getting right up in our face with a blowhorn, blasting questions like, is your passion aligned with your greater purpose? Okay. The tension feels chaotic. It feels like a tug of war. But what's on offer here is clarification. Okay. The Mars-Pluto opposition combined with the new moon is inviting us to choose our future, not from surface impulses, but deep soul truths. We always say on this channel that mastery of the spiritual path requires observing and then reacting inwardly, because that's where your true power resides. Think of it like a breakthrough opportunity. If you're willing to face your shadow monsters, the fear, the anger, the abandonment, all those old patterns, you can liberate your inner child and start living and breathing a brand new story steeped in sovereign resilience. This is warrior energy. I'm not going to candy coat it. It's soaked in spiritual guidance for us to fight for our future, though, not for our fears and limitations, okay? And standing ready to meet us at this crossroad is none other than the asteroid goddess herself, Hecate. Hecate is sitting at 7 degrees of Scorpio, shoring up all this chaotic squared energy, and she's here with her torch in hand. She is whispering through the veil, reminding us every ending is also a beginning, and there are helpers here to light the way. This is a new moon, a sacred crossroad, really, for all of us. And at every crossroad, it requires courage and trust. You feel it. I feel it. I think the whole damn planet feels it, if I'm being honest. It's in our gut. It's in our primal intuition. The old chapters regarding relationships, jobs, habits, identities, they are done and dusted. The future is calling. For some of us, it is already here, but you must choose it consciously, courageously. Hecate reminds us to honor the closing chapter through ritual, which kudos to you. Congratulations. You are here doing that right now. And we are allowed to feel however we want about closing out chapters, okay? Some will grieve. And yet Hecate's light is right there, showing us that the future-focused path to living our authentic selves is one step away. So sincerely ask yourself, will you keep carrying what weighs you down? Or will you step forward with what nourishes your soul? So as we move into this next part of the ceremony, just remember, this is a time for a sacred pause, okay? A chance to root deeply into what matters most to you, a threshold moment, clear eyes, steady heart, a fierce commitment to your truths. Ask yourself, what do you truly want? What will you no longer carry forward? And are you brave enough to let your heart, not fear, lead the way? Okay, with that, namaste, beautiful souls. Thank you so much. Happy new moon. May we all choose in love. Mwah. And I'm going to toss it over to Nat.
Hi, Dawn. You
Okay.
ready for me to?
Yeah, I just want to add one. I 100% everything that Marcia just said. The other really cool thing, and I only really paid attention to it this morning, was we have Black Moon Lilith at 3 degrees right here, which is also in a square to Pluto. And Mars is with karma here. So to me, exactly what she said about us being called upon during this crossroads with Hecate there, and Black Moon Lilith is part of that.
Right.
So
She's
Black
juicing up our fears.
She is, and a lot of times it's where Black Moon Lilith is where we've felt shame in your personal chart. So if people want to look at that in their own personal chart, I think that's important. But that's the only thing that I was thinking, is that Black Moon Lilith is such a huge part of this. And we have so many things at that spiritual degree of 7. So with that, I will turn this over to Nat, and Nat, I will put up your picture here. Okay, perfect. And okay, Nat, go ahead.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna get right to it. So if we were like synchronistically timed, we are gonna come out. So we are going into Hecate's womb. So this new moon right in the threshold of making a new moon. So if we time the right, or the synchronicity will work, when we come out of this meditation, that's the time the new moon cross the line of the sun, aligning to the sun. Okay, let's settle into comfortable position. You can sit or lay down. No need to straighten yourself up. Close your eyes and relax. We are going into the Hecate's womb. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Fill your lungs with the cleansing breath. Exhale through your mouth with a big sigh. Just let it all out. Everything you are holding on to, Soften your grip, just let it slide. Feel the lightness, you are almost there. Second breath, inhale deeply through your nose. Fill your heart with love, unconditional, unlimited, and love that's unbounded by any earthly concern. Exhale through your mouth, drop your shoulders, relax. With the third breath, we are going into Hecate's womb. Inhale deep through your nose. Hold the breath, and you're in the womb. Exhale through your mouth completely. Let the tension melt away. Welcome to the Hecate's womb, to the liminal space where nothing exists, but everything is here. Within the darkness, where you can't see anything, but you can paint the picture of your life. In her womb, where no one else is here, but you know you are not alone. Stop, hold the breath for a second, and listen to the silence. There is a sweet embrace in the nothingness. Stillness brings a presence of self, fully embodied. See, you don't have to become anyone, don't have to be anything. You, the wholeness of you, that is perfect. You don't need to wish for anything because you already have. Don't ask for answers because you already know. This is the message from the darkness. Oracle card from Season of the Witch, Samhain Oracle. Number 19, Grief Darkness. Here where the spine bends and the mouth quivers, breath the head in, the pieces that makes you whole, but cut deep with all of their sharp edges. Are you afraid of the darkness? Don't be afraid of the darkness. Be brave, surrender, and greet the darkness. Now I will read from the guidebook. Darkness. You might get a sense of terror from what you can see. But not all hidden things are bad. There are many things that you cannot see that hold the secret of your life, abundance, and renewal. Like the lotus flower that blooms from the darkness of muddy water, there is beauty in the darkness of those who know where to look with their heart. You have a call to greet the darkness as a call to go deep into your dark corners. There are parts of you that are beautiful, yet remain undiscovered. You must allow yourself to open the unknown. You can do this by confronting all wounds, lost memories, feeling of the shame, guilt, and disappointment. This is called the shadow work. Practice that allow you to make friends with your demons rather than hide from them. What seems like a monster is really a lost part of you needing love and support. When feelings such as anger, resentment, and chaos come around, it is because those feelings are trying to protect you in the only way that they know how. Anger only knows anger and can only offer its support in that way. Chaos only knows chaos, so that is the only way it can get your attention. These feelings are trying to help you find the beautiful gems that are waiting in the dark space of your being. Confront whatever the feeling you have surrounding your situation. Allow those feelings to surface and face them without fear. Greet them and ask them how you can work together. Journal your meditative conversation with your dark parts. Within their words of advice, you will discover the lost or missing pieces of yourself. And when I clap my hands twice, that's the sign that you are reborn from the Hecate's womb. We're going to have a few more breaths here. Open your eyes. I'm sorry, the sound quality was bad. You're muted.
I just said what else is new because it's like technical issue always. So yes, let's go ahead and I want everybody to have their paper and pen handy. And what I will do is we will go ahead. We'll start by lighting candles. And I have 2 candles. I'm still using 2 because I do have a candle that represents for me Venus, who has just finished her retrograde, is now going direct, but who is still in charge of this new moon. And don't forget, she was in charge of the last full moon. Journal and burn. There was so much about relationships that everyone is releasing that basically probably started back in September when we had Mars go into its shadow and then officially start its retrograde in December. I'm actually getting this lit here a little bit. Okay, so we have, this is lit Jack, and I have a selenite candle. I'm also lighting this up. So this is the very beginning of our ceremony with the candles being lit. It is always nice, if possible, to have that as a symbol of a beginning and an ending to a ceremony whenever you do one. And I wanted to incorporate all of the different energies of air, fire, water, earth. So this is my symbol for air. All right. Now, what I want you to do right now is I do have a crystal that I'm going to be holding as I write things down. And I'm going to just review a little bit of what we've already talked about a little bit about the astrology, not a lot, because I think Marcia summarized it so beautifully that this is a time of us being the person that is going to be at the crossroads. This is Hecate at 7 degrees, a very spiritual degree, and we are moving forward. This is a new beginning. We don't know what's coming next. No one does. The astrology has never happened like this before. And we're going to have a lot of energy coming up for us this year still and into the spring of next year. We will get little breaks here and there. We will have to let the collective learn its lessons. which we're part of, but we're also an individual who needs to take our own identity and responsibility. And because I feel with this new moon in Taurus, we are actually able as women who Taurus and anything that is earth and water is connected to feminine energy. The air and fire signs are connected to masculine energy. So we have Hecate in Scorpio, even though it's ruled by Mars. And the fact that Mars is in a square and Hecate is in a square, to me, it's just all this power that's waiting for us to unleash it as we move forward. I think that there'll be gifts opening up that we have never seen before. Oh, hang on. Hold on.
I'm suddenly feeling very magical. Thank you, Dawn.
Hold on. Oh my God.
Everybody do your best chair dance. This is the chair dancing episode. That's
Oh
right.
my God. Oh my God. Your children never call you and then they call you now. Sorry. But take that as a bit of magic if you like, because I do. It is so much about us gaining our authority back. I really feel that the answer to a lot of the things moving forward is, first of all, us taking care of ourselves. And so I wrote down some things about Taurus to start with. Taurus, it's considered steadfast, and it's the calm in the storm. It is most connected to the earth. I love that energy, most connected to the earth. And during this time too, we have all of this green that is coming up now. All of a sudden, this week, green grass, ruled by Venus. And Taurus and Venus are very much about wanting quality things. So in your daily life, you should be the most important thing. Drink out of china. Eat off your best plates, using your best silverware. After I got my divorce, I actually put away my everyday silverware, and the gift that I had gotten from Mayo was a thing of silverware, plated silver, and that's what I started using. And I've been using it since I moved into this apartment. That's my everyday stuff. Because I wanted to honor myself. Who's going to use it if I don't? What value is it to pass it down to somebody else? So, Venus is also about money. In the astrology, there are going to be money issues, money markets. There'll be issues with that coming up. Relationships. We had Venus in retrograde. We all know that Venus is about relationships and about defining our relationships, and also with Saturn testing our relationships. But Marsha was right. This is an opportunity. I saw someone write about looking for a mentor. Saturn is a mentor. Saturn is a teacher. So you can ask for those things. You can definitely ask for those things. It's about beauty. It's about, you have that perfect smelling lotion, right? That you put to the side, right? Only on special occasions. Every day is a special occasion. Why do you want to wait until it goes bad? 3 years later, and you take it out and you smell it, and it's like, oh, this is like off, right? Don't wait. Use it. Relationships with women. This is one of the most powerful parts of this. I feel that relationships with women is what's going to solve all the problems. I really, truly believe that. I am going to be going to a astrology seminar, and one of the Steve Judd had said, and I thought this was brilliant. He was talking about getting something distributed that was a film, and it was so costly. It was so costly. And he says, and down to the last minute, down to the last second, he was trying to manifest something that would allow him to do this so he could afford it. There came to him an all-woman distribution group, all women in it, and they made it come true. He said this was meant to happen, and they came through. And to me, I got chills when I heard him say it, because to me, that's what we are going to be doing. The women-run businesses, what we are creating as we move forward individually and collectively. That is all a part of this Venus energy in this new moon, especially with Black Moon Lilith there. What we were shamed into before, seen and not heard, watch what you wear, all of those things. So I'm holding on to my crystal, and I'm going to share with you some of the things that I am going to be asking for. And I may ask the ladies here to share some of their things, but I'm going to share mine with you just because I have no fear. The first thing, the very first thing, taking care of myself first and to my own best interests. And that includes things like going to the doctor, going to the dentist, taking care of my physical body, meditating, and dancing more. All of those things. Doing the things that bring you joy. I will tell you, if you do those things that bring you joy, you are so much a better person to be around. I have a ball now that I treat myself to whatever I want, honestly. I didn't 3 years ago. I was going through a divorce. But now I do whatever I want. And I am so elated and happy that I'm able to do those things, that I just pass that energy on whenever I can. Because that's special. Second one, living in joy as much as possible during the day. I mean, we all have bad days. And being that, as much as possible, that crystal that someone can hang on to, or the light someone else sees, or the breeze that someone else feels. But you still have to take care of yourself first, always. Always. The third one, living with abundance every day in a Taurus way. The best food. Taurus and Cancer, food. Good food, right? Best dishes, good silverware, your favorite clothing. I picked this word up. This is my number 4 that I'm going to share. The word is hygge, Hygge. Both the Danish, I learned it from the Danes. I was over there, and I had an opportunity to travel, and any of the Norwegian countries or any of those northern countries, they have learned this because they had to. It's hygge, and it's about being in comfort, being with friends, friendship. The things that they do for hygge is they sit around with each other and just visit and be. And it's very much about also lighting candles. Sometimes it's exchanging books, or sometimes it can just be about yourself sitting and wrapped up in your blanket and your comfy pajamas and watching your favorite movie. That can be a hygge moment. And they utilize that energy in the wintertime when it's the darkest out, where they can still feel that energy of, have a good piece of chocolate, right? Enjoy that energy. So for me, hygge actually became part of my vocabulary after I went there, because I'm from Minnesota. We kind of had to learn how to do it without knowing what the name was. But for us, it was like making good homemade stews and soups and breads and cookies, and that smell going through the house. That's how I was raised, right? All that energy. And it brings you back to when you were little and, your grandmother would bake things and the smell of fresh bread. That is Hygge. I also have trusting my inner high priestess. Pluto in Virgo, people. That is us. That is us. We are teachers. We are healers. We are shaman. We are guides. We are awesome. We put up with a lot. We are from the generation from, I think it's about 1956 to 1972. So all of the 60s, right? We remember when there was a dress code just for women. There was not much of things called maternity leave. You had to quit your job. What I also think is going to be happening, and I do feel that this is high priestess energy for people that is coming forward. That is what we're walking into, because I think the other thing I have is opening up to gifts, learning how to use them properly. I am positive there are new gifts that are going to be coming for all of us, and we're going to have to learn how to use them. So I really think that is the energy of us being open and helping each other. There are different modalities that speak to different people. I really easily get messages through tarot cards, but try to have me work a pendulum. I'm a hot mess, and I can't tell you how many different pendulums I have tried. My failures are behind me on the shelf. But everybody has their own thing. You won't be good at everything. No one is. So find what calls to you and try it. And if it doesn't work, fine. It's not like I didn't try. I tried several different things in different ways. But the cards called to me. So be open to new gifts and exploring what those are. And I have for number seven, setting good boundaries. And valuing yourself. Molly McCord has a rule. She calls it the 80-20 rule. Anything from a scale of 1 to 10 in her life, it has to be, well, she says preferably 8. She will settle for a 7. But it's like, how do I rate my towels? It's everything. She looks at everything. And is it good enough for you? Well, you know what? You may want to use that towel. I want a better towel. And that's not a hard thing to do. That is not a hard thing to do. So take a look at everything. If you have relationships in your life that are like a 5, what are you doing? What are you doing? With all these retrogrades that have happened, if that hasn't settled out by now, it's not going to. Mercury was retrograde, Venus was retrograde, Mars was retrograde, in Cancer, family issues. And then you come to Saturn. Have you learned the lesson yet? That's your lesson. Have you learned it? So value yourself as a friend and other people being friends with you. What does that relationship feel like to you? A good friend should be an 8. Don't settle for a 6, right? So those are my big ones. I might have 1 or 2 that I'm going to add. We actually at 31 after the hour is when the new moon perfected. So we are in the power of this really, really strong energy right now, and will be for the next 48 hours. So do any of you ladies want to share any of the things that you want to write down? Marcia?
I will share because I am actually doing this in combination with something else. I'm following an Australian astrologer named Jessica Adams, and Jessica has this interesting thing she does called astro bookings, where you basically book something for manifestation at a certain date. And today happens to be an astro booking date for me in my 6th house. So 6th house, all about my daily routine. What's sucking energy out of me every damn day that is wasting my time is kind of the things I'm looking at. But how really am I going to manifest the daily lifestyle that leads to better health? And I manifested myself a lovely volunteer position a couple of years ago with another creator, a person in the astro space, and that has grown. So, career, all that kind of unpaid work, parlaying it into paid work and all that stuff. So those are what I'm manifesting and kind of putting in my booking date today.
Cool. So, if we don't have anyone else, I am actually ready for us to actually do our meditation and send all of our intentions together. You have time. If you haven't gotten them all written out the way that you wanted to, that's fine, because there's people that are going to be on the recording and they're going to energetically be sending theirs. So you can send this energetically whenever you're ready. You can come back to this and go, okay, I'm ready to send it energetically. I'm going to do it with everybody else. And whether it's live or whether it's the recording, it is quantum. And this quantum stuff works, people. Not kidding. So with what you've written, I want you to bring it up to your heart, because you actually have, your heart is a magnetic center in your body. It actually gives off electric pulses, and it's part of your energy field that is beyond your body, scientifically proven. So I want you to do that. I want you to hold this in, and we're going to just take a brief journey with Hecate, because she's in charge here and she knows that we are all at the crossroads right now. And I think with her friend Black Moon Lilith, they're like, okay, you don't need to be afraid. There's going to be things coming up, but you're going to be fine. Trust yourself, trust your tribe, trust the other women who are high priestess with you. And you will be able to give that energy to everyone around you just by being present. So I want you to close your eyes. Take a deep breath in, release. One more deep breath in, release. And we are going to go back to the mountain where Sari initially had us. We were sitting cross-legged on the mountain, feeling the energy of the earth, that Taurus energy, that solid energy. We know it's time to join with our friends. So we rise up and choose a path nearby that will take us along the tree line and to a place where we see a mountain lake high above. And we see beside the lake, there's a great light. It's a fire burning. We glance up in the night sky. We see all the stars. During the new moon, there is no moon present. It is the dark of the moon. It is the time where there is stillness, where we set our intentions. It is not time yet to act on intentions. It's just to set intentions until the next phase of the moon occurs. As we start to gather around closer to the fire. Hecate is walking with everyone around. She is such a part of this new moon, knowing that this is a special time of crossroads. Many have come out of that dark night of the soul that Venus did during her retrograde and was joined by Mercury. We're standing in a circle around that great fire. All of our intentions are next to our hearts. And we are going to magically create a feeling of a rainbow coming as a breeze and taking what we hold next to our heart, magically bringing it forward towards the fire, gathering up everyone's hopes and wishes, everyone's intentions, and sending it into the fire with a great blaze of energy, with the flames shooting higher and the smoke entering into the air. We take a deep breath in and can smell that bit of smoke, and we release our breath. And from the fire, a rainbow forms again, a rainbow breeze coming back around. And it's a gift from Hecate of strength and will and power and energy from Gaia. And we feel that it's already come true, that what we've asked for has been accomplished. We just need to go forward along the way to where it will open up for us the right opportunity at the right time. It's already happened. We just haven't discovered it yet. It's been done. It's there. And just by walking forward, it'll open to us. So, come back into your body. Take a deep breath in and release. Open your eyes. And what I'm going to do, just as a reminder that we do need to take care of ourselves, I'm going to take a sip of water. We have our fire, we had our sound. And what I will be doing with my crystal is I will put this on top of my intentions. I have actually been stacking them up very neatly every time I do one, and have special crystals sitting on top. So to close this out, I'm going to be blowing out the candle. Oh, I don't want to tip that one over. This is the selenite candle. To me, that honors all of our wishes. And then this is the special Venus candle, in honor of her being the planet in charge of this new moon energy. And with that, I will turn this over to Wendy to draw some cards for us.
All right. Well, that was absolutely lovely. Okay, I drew some cards asking advice and guidance from Spirit, getting us through this time with the new moon energy in Taurus. And I pulled 3 cards from the Mystic Sisters Oracle deck. Okay. And as we were doing all of this, because I pulled these right at the beginning when we first came on, and it's amazing how seamless that it all comes together. So let me share. Okay, so the first card is Eris. Eris is all about turmoil, discord, corruption. Eris is the goddess of chaos and discord. Drawing this card indicates that there is a high level of disorder in your present reality. A matter important to your well-being is out of your control. It is incredibly important to remember that the pulse of the cosmos vacillates between order and chaos. If the situation you are facing is truly out of your hands, it is time to release all feelings of guilt or responsibility. Trust the universe to put things in order. On the other hand, if you do have the power to recreate harmony and set things right, then now is the time to do so. So that made me really think about all of the things that are going around us right now outside of our control. And then also, you know, as individuals, the things that we're dealing with that are in upheaval that we've been dealing with over the last few weeks that we need to try to resolve or at least come to peace with ourselves. Okay. The second card is the Sisterhood of the Silk Road, which always makes me think of our community, our group, you know, with the spiritual view, because I think of us as this sisterhood. So it's Sisterhood of the Silk Road, which is also fortunate travel. Okay, so the Sisters of the Silk Road embody the spirit of open-minded adventurers, and they are extremely fortunate in the connections they've made with others on their journey. The exchange of worldviews, spiritual concepts, and all the refined things across their cultures have enriched their lives greatly and transformed them all. Embarking on an adventure outside of our everyday routines brings us back into a childlike openness, activates our curiosity, and therefore expands our intelligence. This card bodes well for travel and offers a reminder to be grateful for those close bonds you've made with others on your path and for all the treasures they have gifted you with along your way. So definitely makes me think of, you know, this, what we do has definitely been an adventure. I think all of us coming together and learning from one another, and just gorgeous energy there. Okay, the final card, initiation. And this comes in with the gifts that we all have coming in, right? Rituals, ceremony, rites. The initiate is on the threshold of a new reality. A magical ceremony is taking place that marks the beginning of a new phase. She may be unrecognizable to herself on the other side. She has reached this moment through extensive study and ultimate surrender. She has earned this sacred rite of passage through determined effort. Drawing this card signifies that an accomplishment has been reached and a transitional period is about to begin. Though change can be uncomfortable and at times disconcerting, you may soon find your new reality feels entirely natural. You have been a dedicated student and now have gained the skills your new endeavors require for success. So I think a good message here is with these new awakenings that we're having, these new gifts that we are receiving, letting go of that fear and owning it, owning your power and trusting that and letting go of that fear, it really opens it up for you. And it makes it feel easy and comfortable. And when you embrace these powers and these gifts, it feels like you're coming home. It feels natural, absolutely natural. And then you start to wonder, why was I fighting it? Why was I afraid of it for so long? And I've had this experience myself with some recent things that I have been allowing myself to feel and hold on to and be in that power. So I really felt all of this resonate very strongly for me. I hope that all of you felt that resonate strongly for you as well. Back to you, Dawn.
Hi, and I did one of the things that caught my attention was when you said the word the initiate. And I was like, oh, that's such a high priestess word. Yes. Because I think that's what we are doing right now is we're in that initiate stage where, you know, we're like, yeah, we got the power, but do we know how to use it yet? That kind of thing. I did want to remind everyone, I'm going to be going to an astrology conference in England, and I leave Wednesday. And so we will have one of the Soulful Revolution certified tarot readers as a guest taking my place, and that would be Hope Van Fleet. So welcome her. I know you guys are always very welcoming to all of us. And she is in the process of setting up her own channel. So we wish her a lot of success, and hopefully you will get a chance to work with her when she is with everybody on Thursday. So with that, I wish everyone having a beautiful, wonderful Mother's Day that's going to be coming up very soon. And please take your power and move forward with it. And I want to share that energy with everyone here and everyone that's going to be watching the recording. So we will see you at our live on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. We changed the time, so it is now 7 p.m. Eastern. And we will also still have our daily tarot card readings. So watch the channel for those things and the other special offerings that we're going to be coming up with. So thank you, everybody. We're going to say goodbye for now and really enjoy the rest of your beautiful, beautiful Sunday.